Today, I'd like to talk about future, your future, and specifically how to make this future a little bit brighter by taking action today. It sounds a bit like an insurance commercial, doesn't it? But it's okay, because even though I'm not an insurance agent, the concept I'm about to explain in the next couple of minutes is very similar. I will cover why people make suboptimal decisions all the time and how to change it, at least a little bit. You may have noticed that most people, and you count as people in this scenario, are notoriously bad when it comes to decisions that require any type of sacrifice now to reap benefits in the future. An experience in present moment will always feel more salient in our mind, and we will favor any treat that we can get now over the same reward in the future. That's the precise reason why lenders demand interest for the money they are lending. Your brain needs a compelling reason to delay the reward that can be felt right now. So why is that? Research indicates that our brain has difficulties perceiving our future selves as the same person. When I'm having the second, third, or fourth beer tonight, I see the happy partying me as my true self, while the hangovered morning me feels like a stranger. The same holds for dieting or retirement savings. Such disconnection is the main reason why we repeatedly engage in behaviors that would be frowned upon by our sober selves. The ability to delay pleasure and self-regulate develops gradually as we grow older, but it is not perfect even in adulthood, as you can clearly tell from prolific credit card debt, impulse shopping, and other decisions that are rewarding at the moment but will haunt us in the future. Professor Dan Ariely explains that it can get even worse in emotionally charged situations when we are angry, upset, or sexually aroused. And you definitely want to Google his study on this topic. In what he calls emotionally hot states, we are significantly more likely to engage in reckless behaviors that would not make our future self proud. At this point, you might rightfully ask if there is any hope. And you're in luck, since there are a few tricks you can implement. One way is to make the present rewards feel less tangible. Dan Ariely recommends to plan important decisions to the time of emotionally cold state, rather than making them impulsively at the moment. This means passing on any shopping opportunities that require you to seal the deal right now when you are enchanted by the seemingly irresistible offer and cannot really think clearly. A cool-down period of several days is usually enough to allow for the reason to take over. Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein suggest to pre-commit to desirable behaviors. For example, you should seize the opportunity when you feel dedicated to retirement savings and lock yourself into contributions deducted from your salary by your employer before you even receive the paycheck. This way, you don't need to face the temptation to repurpose the funds for something more immediate. For example, desperately needed pizza delivery. Another way is to make the future feel more tangible, so you get more sympathies for your tomorrow's self. Stephen Covey recommends to visualize your own funeral, hopefully many decades from now, where your loved ones recollect what kind of person you have been and how you have changed their lives for the better. With a vivid image of your legacy, it is easier to connect your future self with action steps that need to be taken by your younger self right now. You can also emulate more direct communication with your older self. Get one of the fancy apps that can age your picture and make you look decades older. Studies indicate that people save more for retirement after looking at the image of their older self. Or write yourself a letter addressed to you in the future to make yourself a promise. Conduct an interview with your older self and ask them what advice they would have given you or what would they suggest you do today. Because your older self is probably the best mentor you can ever get. That's it for today. If you want to dive deeper into the topic, check the links below that contain my related blog post and further reading. And if you have questions that remain unanswered, please type them in the comments and I will cover them in the upcoming podcast on the same topic. Thanks for watching.